Next topic, creating a course or clinic in the Paddle Canada members or instructor portal. Okay, setting up skills courses and clinics. So we have to do this prior to the course running so that we have the course registered or sanctioned with Paddle Canada. We add participants to that course in advance. That way, each one of those participants, we are covered under the Paddle Canada insurance. We learned in the last video, before payment is taken, ideally we want to also have them sign the Paddle Canada waiver. So just to ensure we have the coverage that we need to have or that we want to have as an instructor. So to create that course in the portal, we jump right into the Paddle Canada member portal. So we do that from the Paddle Canada website. So here we have the Paddle Canada main website here. We go to the login button here at the top, register and report courses. And yeah, we come to a login page. So the URL changes to members.paddlecanada.com/login. I always have my credentials automatically remembered. It's just handy that way. So we log in and we have now access to the portal. So this is my profile and my instructor profile. We always start on the dashboard, gives instructor information when my CPR and first aid expires. We have to add those into our portal as instructors. Once that expiry date is hit, Paddle Canada will no longer allow us to create or sanction courses because technically we're not active members anymore. We are not active instructors. To be an active instructor, we have to have current first aid, which might mean taking a course and then updating the dates here. We have to have our paid membership fees, and we have to be 16 years or older and have an approved and be approved or have shown as passed on a instructor level course. So over on the left-hand side, we have a series of menus. I can edit my profile from here. My membership, this is for myself as an instructor. I created myself as a school, so it's listed as a school. That's a way you can have a look at that later. That's a way that Paddle Canada will help advertise your courses. Change my password and register for an instructor course. Certifications. So these are the certifications I have received. If I go to my certifications, that is my Paddle Canada certifications that I have taken and received. Under the other certifications, this is where I have listed previously the first aid courses that I have taken so that Paddle Canada knows that I am current. Courses, we'll come back to this later, but this is the main area that we're interested here today, is to create our own courses. But just as a little bit of additional information here, once you have access to your instructor level portal under instructor services, you're going to have resources. So under resources is just a ton of different documents, as policies, procedures, documents, course manuals. You have access to them as an instructor. Resources and policies. Oops, takes us to the Paddle Canada website. SUP manual. So SUP manual is the manual that I was using when we were looking at basic and advanced skills, when we were looking at classifications of water. This is, you can see here, a 92-page document that covers the entire Paddle Canada SUP program. So this is definitely something that you will want to grab a copy of and use as one of your main references and resources for all your Paddle Canada classes. And yeah, so that's the main one. So let's go back up to courses. So here, if we were going to, hello, buddy. Yes, 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 somebody made the noise. Okay, so if we were going to be running a basic skills course, the first thing we have to do is come into our portal here and create the new course. So this is the sanctioning process. So I click Create New. Country, Canada. Province, British Columbia. Course stream, Stand Up Paddleboard. Course type, it's going to be a skills course because it's going to be the basic skills course. Skills level, basic. And then we receive these additional options. So instructor information, course director, it's automatically going to put you in this position. Lead instructor, if that's going to be you as well, you select your name here. Oop. There we go. Instructor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have so many options here. So if we add additional instructors, that's what allows us to increase our ratio from 1 to 6 to 1 to many more, the more instructors we add. Paddling school, so this is optional. That's what I mentioned before under the membership information, managing your school. So here I have my paddle school under, I got 2 in here actually, because I used to have London Sup, my previous company, and now I just have Drew Climbing, Paddle Coaching, Yoga. Certification options. Is this a clinic only? No certification will be awarded. So these were the $5 course fee clinics that we've been talking about in the last 2 videos. If this is just a clinic, check clinic. If it's a SUP yoga clinic, no certification, check SUP yoga clinic. Prerequisites, any level of SUP instructor certification with annual membership activity, current certification, activated and current certification, yoga instructor certification from a recognized organization. So I agree. Basically, this is just saying that if you're running a SUP course, a SUP yoga clinic, you can also be insured for it, provided you also have yoga certification to teach yoga. So I'm not going to check any of these because I do want to run a basic skills course. Oh, this last one, Scouts Canada. If you're running this class specifically for Scouts Canada, there's an agreement with Scouts Canada. Like Scouts Canada won't sign waivers, that no waivers is required. So if this is a Scouts Canada basic SUP skills course, be sure to check that so that it sets the course up correctly and the insurance coverage is that of Scouts Canada without waiver signed. Okay, so again, I'm going to leave all of these unchecked because I am running a basic skills course. Start date. So if this was going to be this, say, this weekend coming, it would be on the 24th. It's going to be 1 day. If it's going to be a multi-day course, it could be, but this is only going to be about a 3-hour course. On water location. So I'm going to say Jericho Sailing Club because that's where I've run a lot of my courses before. Theory location. Same thing. So often those are the same. Theory is often covered at the same time at the side of the water, depending on the course. Some longer courses, the theory might be in a classroom in a different location, so that's why it gives us this requirement. When I created the course for this instructor course that you're on right now, I put theory location as online because you are doing this portion online, and on the water portion will be just practicing and troubleshooting. Additional comments if you want to put them in there. This is a super handy button here. Turn that on if you want Paddle Canada's assistance in advertising this course. There's a feature on the Paddle Canada website where anybody can go to the page and search for classes that have been listed. So if somebody's looking for a basic skills course and they're looking for it in the Vancouver area in BC, they're going to go down through a list of courses that are being offered, find mine because I have this button, this little additional toggle checked on, and then they can contact me to find out about running that course. So this is Paddle Canada's way of making the courses that you're running, opening them up to a broader audience than you might have access to. I hereby confirm that the above information is accurate. Yes, I have read and understand the Paddle Canada guidelines for teaching a Paddle Canada course during COVID-19. Yes, save changes. That COVID-19 information is under the instructor portal information resources as well. So class is created. So now if I go to my courses, I have a list of all the courses that I've run and have been completed. I have a list of outstanding courses. This is one here that I still have to file a report on. This is a basic stand-up paddleboard course that I'm going to be teaching that you may very well be watching this video to participate in. And then this is the brand new basic stand-up paddleboard. Oh, sorry, no, got that backwards. This is the instructor course that you may be participating in. This is the brand new course that I just created, basic stand-up paddleboard skills. So notice here I have view, I can view what I just configured. I can edit what I've just configured. If location has changed or date has changed, I can go in and edit it here. Now that I have this course, I need to start adding participants because remember, with our insurance, we need to have those participants added prior to the course running. So to add a participant to this course, I need to have certain information from them. I have to have their first name, last name, the year they were born. Paddle Canada is going to use that to identify whether they're a minor or not. Primary phone number is ideal, and basically that's it. So generally what you'll have to find out from them is the year they're born. If you have them complete the waiver in advance and they hand you the waiver, you will have all the information you need to then go in and complete this form here. So how to add a new participant? We always start with an email search. All members in the Palo Canada portal or in the Palo Canada database are referenced by their email. So if I use one of my personal email addresses that I don't have a Palo Canada course or profile for already, I put my email address in, hit search, and it says member not found. So we always do that first before jumping in and adding them. So we want to make sure that they're not already in the database. So we search for their email address. If it comes up with member not found, I would then go through and go Drew Climie, 1968, British Columbia, phone number. And this I'm going to leave blank. This is going to be, is it a pass fail? And just hit add participant. I'm not actually going to do it here because I don't want a Palo Canada profile under that email address. But that's what you would do. So by adding participant, that would then add them to that basic skills course. Alternately, if I search for my main email address, which does have a Palo Canada profile on it, it says member found, comes up with my name, my Palo Canada number, province that I'm in, and basically that's saying that I'm already in the database, and to add me to the skills course, I don't have to fill out any additional information. I just have to click add participant. It says successfully added. So if I go back to this course now, my skills course, paddleboard skills course, it says one participant has been added. And if I want to view that, I can come in here and see my profile. So we would do that for, if it's one instructor, up to six participants. The portal won't let us add more than 6 because it knows that with just one instructor, that's the maximum number we can have. Notice my status says incomplete. After the course is run, I will come back to this portal and I would set the level of certificate that is to be awarded. So if I can hit full pass, that's just a single click to say I passed that course, and it changes, unable to set full participant full pass. Course is not over. Okay. So once the date passes, then I would be able to say full pass and register myself as having passed the course. Alternately, if I was going to be registering something else other than just a full pass, I would hit set certification status, and my options are incomplete, full pass, which is the same as clicking that button, conditional pass, which means there may be 1 or 2 skills that I need to brush up on. If I hit conditional pass to 1 or 2 skills to brush up on to achieve that final certification, I would hit conditional pass and detail what those skills are and what needed to be addressed. The individual on this course would then have a year to come back and demonstrate the proficiency in whatever was listed here. And that's on their profile, so they can come back to me or to any other Palo Canada instructor to have this addressed. Lower level awarded. If this is an advanced course, I could say I'm just going to assign them a basic instead, if they just didn't really receive that much of it. So options here are full pass. There's a direct incomplete, lower level of awarded if there is a lower level available, and conditional pass indicating what needs to be worked on to receive it. And then I could hit update, and it's not going to let me because the course hasn't run yet. And yeah, and then I would be done. So I would go through for every one of the participants listed on my course, assign the appropriate level of certification. And then I would go up here and click submit report. Once the report is submitted, I can't change it. So I do need to make sure that information is accurate. Once it's submitted, it goes to Palo Canada. The Palo Canada database is updated. And I will receive notification that I have an outstanding invoice. that invoice is to pay the course fee for this Paddle Canada course. Because it's a full skills course, it's going to be, and we have that ratio of 1 to 6, it's going to be $30 plus GST. Now, I'm not going to do that here because the course hasn't run. It's not a real course, and I don't want to pay $30 for nothing. But if we go under courses here, we can see my invoices, which are my previous invoices. It'll show any here that are outstanding. So as soon as I hit register on that course, an invoice will be listed here and it'll be marked outstanding. If I go into any one of these invoices, it's going to tell me the invoice number, the course information, and give me the total. Subtotal, $30, $1.50 GST. So I owe Paddle Canada, I owed Paddle Canada a total of $31.50. If this was an outstanding invoice, there would be a pay now button here and I can pay with credit card directly through this portal. So again, we do have to do that step for participants to receive their certification. So if I simply submit the report but don't pay my invoice, participants won't receive an email with their certification and it won't be registered on their profile. So this is a required last step to really tidy up all the bits and pieces for running your course. So that's it in a nutshell. It's not too, it's fairly straightforward once you've done it a couple of times. There is a document online I'll reference below the video that also outlines how to go through this process. And of course, if you ever have any questions doing it, you can reach out to me, or info@paddlecanada.ca is a great resource and they're super prompt on getting back to you with questions. So that wraps up this session. See you soon.